Hey, Cortavius here. Time to knock down another faction. Or so I hope. All right, I am down to 4 left for Lydia. And I am hoping at the end of this video, I am down to 3. We are going after Knights Revenant in this one. And this is probably the best built team I've had in any of the factions I've shown. This is the first time, I'll take our Renegade, I'll take our First Assault, but this is the first time I'm actually going to have 5 6-stars. Now, I don't have all their masteries put on them, and I don't have relics, and I mean, they're not all built, but, you know, to max, but they are all 5 6-stars at least. First faction I've done that in, and there's some good champs here. So, you know what's interesting about this, though? It's Knights Revenant, right? So I have other Knights Revenant here. You know, if you wanted to start an account with a really good Knight Revenant in it, that I don't even have on my account, click the link in the description below and you can get Narma the Returned on your account day 1. And you also get 3 epics, best epic in the game, Uugo, Anax, Mausoleum Mage. All you have to do is follow 4 steps. Step 1, log out of Plarium Play on the PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch raid, complete the tutorial, and step 4, go to your inbox. Narma's sitting there waiting for you. Enter the code Desert Queen, add to Anax to that team, and log in for 7 days, get Michelangelo. That's a crazy start. Well, Narma would actually work in this faction. Faction war battle, I'd have to admit. She does some poisons, and poisons on this boss would be helpful. All right, stage 21. Take out the level 50. Take out the unbuilt Versolf, who actually would be good in this fight. Versolf with ally protect would actually be nice, but he's not built enough, and I'll take Drang and Theodore. So I have Theodore, who honestly I've never really used on this account. Walking Tomb Drang, I don't think Walking Tomb Drang, I don't think has ever seen a fight. But he brings an HP, and he does a big heal where he brings everybody up to the value of the highest person with HP. Drops an HP burn, which needs no accuracy, instantly activates it on his A1. Theodore brings in a decreased speed on an A1. He's got poison sensitivity, increased speed, increases the duration of the poison, instantly activates the poisons and the HP burns, puts a weaken. Yeah, so really cool champ. And then Georgia, why do I keep clicking these champs? Georgia's in there as my DPS. He's squishy, he's my liability. So the boss can probably just take him out and I'm screwed. So I'm going to try Georgia. If Georgia doesn't work, you know, at some point I probably can come back. The Mythical Embrius, who's just been sitting on this account that I haven't even built yet. So at some point we got to get him in the fight. But since he's not there, I'm hoping Georgia can do some damage. I don't honestly know if Georgia does enough damage on the boss. I might just be better off with the HP burns and poisons from these two and letting them do their thing and then just having everybody else keep them alive. So, you know, Mother Cybele would be another interesting champ because she brings in a revive on death and increased defense. She's not booked, so it's on a 6-turn cooldown. But if I put the revive on death at the boss, it would at least buy me 1 rotation. And I could come back maybe with Georgian and Stone Skin, but then I might as well just use somebody else. I mean, I've got Tomb Lord on this account. Sinesha will also do heals and just keep these 2 alive. So this faction, I thought this was the hardest faction on my main to beat. I had all 6 stars, and Doom Priest and Rector Drath were fantastic in this battle. And I don't have a Doom Priest on this account, but those 2 were really helpful in the faction. Even Skeletor had some value. I mean, there's a lot of champs here that I could build, but I don't have. So, well, we're going to take the 5 6 stars in and just see what we got. So I have 2 of these champs in some good speed gear on this account. I'd actually like to save my abilities if I can, so I'm going to kind of see if our boy Georgid can do this. He's on a 3-turn cooldown. I think we can go ahead and use that. That'll put Weaken up. Well, I guess Georgid just decided to come in and attack right away. So we'll try the AoE. All right, Georgid will knock the waves off. Put him to sleep, or stun him. Thank you. That actually worked out. Oh, buff steal. We got a buff steal on the A1 from Mad Hatter there. All right. I don't want to trigger those Valks from doing their thing. So decrease speed. I am hopefully saving my abilities too. Georgid, I'm sorry, I should have saved your AoE. Oh, we'll take 2 Valks out. Oh no, not all of them. Wait, we got the stun. And he stuns nobody. Way to go, Miscreated. I appreciate the nothing there. Oh, come on. You really could have killed her. We're going to lose Georgia off the bat. But thankfully he healed him. I would like to steal some buffs if I could. Oh, he does an AoE attack. That wasn't helpful. I should have saved George's AoE from that first wave and saved it for this wave. Can he go through the shields? Yes, he did, and he puts an unkillable on himself. Nice. Well, there it goes. Ain't that a bummer? It would be nice to put her to stun her. Of course not. I don't know that if I have enough accuracy on my boy Miscreated there, because he does not seem to be doing any work. Boy, I'm going to lose Theodore here. I have no revive. All right, we're going to come back and save the AoE for that second wave. I have Theodore in a build that does more speed and accuracy. I just think he's going to probably end up being too squishy is what that tells me. I'm going to see if I can get away with just using Georgid AoE here. All right, we could use some stuns. I got one stun. I think that's going to have to do. Decrease speed helps. All right, we have eliminated the Valks as a problem. And Miscreated does the stun. Sorry for giving you a bad rep, Miscreated. You've come in handy there. All right, so we're going to get out of here with all our abilities. Well, let's see. This boss is the boss that comes in and does a fear on the A1, but it will start off with its first skill. It will steal all your buffs, and then it will give you any debuffs that you gave it. So, and it's on a 3-turn cooldown. So, ideally, you would come to this fight and not put debuffs on the boss and not buff yourself until he uses the skill. My fear, though, is I got some squishy champs in here, so that first hit could actually kill somebody, and then I got to start over. But that's ideally what you would do, and as soon as you use the skill, then you buff, debuff, and try and kill him before he comes back for the 3-turn, or time those abilities. And then the other thing he does is an HP exchange, where if you don't kill him, once he gets low, if you don't kill him before he takes a turn, his very next turn, he'll pop his HP up by swapping with somebody on your team, which also will lower their HP if he was low. And then in 12 turns, he'll do it again. So if you don't have enough damage, you won't kill this boss fast. And then he'll throw the fears. I have no block debuffs that I'm aware of here, so that would have been helpful, but I don't have that. So that's what the boss does. So I've got to decide here if I think I can get... Oh, I think he's got a turn meter passive too. Yeah, he's got a turn meter where for every damage you do to him, he's going to get turns. But so I just have to decide if I want to try and put these debuffs up there and try and do enough damage before he can put them back on me, or wait for him to do the exchange. So I have increased speed, decreased speed champs. I'm going to go ahead and try the debuffs approach, which I just said you probably shouldn't do. And I'm going to do the Hex and the Weakens. And then I'm going to put the HP burn up there. And now what I'm going to hope is that I get the... So he grants an extra turn if he kills somebody. So I'm going to do the AoE from Georgia. That actually lowered his turn meter, interesting enough. Didn't do as much damage as I would have hoped. But now I can try the Theodore activation. This would be more helpful if I had more poisons up there, but I don't. But I'm going to try it. All right, that was pretty decent damage. So the Ally Protect is very dangerous because it can kill Miscreated. So typically in the past, I didn't use the Ally Attack, but for some reason I'm going to try it and just hope he doesn't die. All right, so we can do the buff increased duration. I don't need to equalize the HP yet, but I can actually take a hit on the boss by using his A1. All right, so now we'll try and see if we can kill one of the minions, which I did. That gives me an extra turn. Can I kill the other minion? Yes! Those guys do a leech and a provoke, so that saves me from getting provoked, and it saved me from him putting a leech on me. All right, here's the swap. And there goes my Ally Protect champ, which I said is why you don't use Miscreated's Ally Protect. So I just did exactly what I told you is not a wise thing to do. Everyone else survived, though, maybe because of the Ally Protect, so I'm going to have to come back and not be stupid enough to use the Ally Protect I told you was a bad move. I'll be back at the boss. All right, we're back at the boss. We have our abilities. I do think I got a lot of damage out on these skills, even though I didn't wait for the boss to use its abilities. So I'm going to try that approach again. I'm just not going to use Ally Protect. Dang, he just did a lot of damage. I didn't even pay attention to who did that. Wow. All right, so I think I'm still going to do the AoE because I don't know that he's going to kill these champs with that much HP left. We'll definitely get them the next time around. Oh, look at that damage. Come on, give me some stuns on them. Ooh, we got stun on one of the A1s, one of the ads. Can he do anything with that A1? So he's got a debuff spread, but they have all the debuffs. Well, I'll take the turn meter, Phil. Let's use the HP kill on the boss. A1, decreased speed was nice. I think I'm going to go after the boss. Question is, will I kill the boss enough? And then the HP burns and poisons. Come on, Georgia. Yes, Georgia. 1.8 mil. Squishy Georgia did the work. Man, surprised that first round didn't go so well. Man, just not using that Ally Protect. The boss never even got a turn there, though, right? Yeah, the boss never even had a chance to take a turn there. Boy, that worked really well. Yeah, that's a fun team. I mean, with Theodore putting the debuffs out there, Mad Hatter putting the decreased speed and putting more debuffs, and then Drang doing the HP burn, Theodore activating, and then Georgia with the big nukes. Man, I mean, I guess Drang, you can't see myself. So Drang with 270,000, Theodore with 200,000, Hatter with 270. I mean, they all chipped in. I mean, that's a 700,000 damage right there. And I just A1 those guys on the waves, really. Georgia did the wave work on the waves. So they all did some good damage to that boss. And then Georgia coming in strong, man. That went really well. All right, that's factions down. Let me show you the builds for the champs that I used. I just stole gear from champs on this one. So Georgia is in his arena build. He is in Savage and Cruel. He has Cat's Gaze on. That's part of why he was doing some good damage. So he's got level 12 Cat's Gaze, extra good damage and attack on there, ignores 10% defense. He is fully booked. He has no blessing. I have a star. I need to put a blessing on Georgia. And he has partially done masteries, apparently. I actually have the scrolls, but I've never applied them. So he is in Helm Smasher for the tier 6 mastery, which you can see. Walking Toon Drang. I have all the scrolls, but I didn't put the masteries on. I knew that coming in, but I thought, well, let's just see if I can do it. So then you don't even need masteries to do it with this champ. He is fully booked on the A1, A2. The A3 is not. I mean, it does have a cooldown, which would be nice, but I just saved the books because at least he has the HP burn down. He has no blessing applied, even though he has a star. He has no relic, and he is in regen with 90,000 HP, 2,000 defense, 233 speed, and he has enough accuracy to land on this boss because you need 225 accuracy to land on this boss and 305 resist if you want to try and resist, and 140 speed for the boss. But he doesn't need accuracy to land his HP burn, but I had enough anyway, I guess. And then Theodore is in speed and perception. I just stole that from my speed lead champ and threw some feral gear on the accessories. So he has basically no HP, very little defense, but a lot of speed and then enough accuracy to land his abilities. So that's really what I was trying to do, is I thought I would just bring him in fast and squishy and see if he was able to take enough turns to do damage. And he was able to land his abilities and get back around before the boss went. So the boss is only 140 speed, and with his speed being at 332, he lapped the boss. So we got out the skill to put the poison sensitivities, and he got back around to activate both the poisons and Toon Drang's HP burn. So that worked out really well. So that was Tio, miscreated, did land some stuns on the A1s, which was helpful on the waves and on the ads. He's just in mixed sets, accuracy. I haven't looked at his build in a long time, so he's in whatever he's been wearing. No relic. I didn't show you the so it does have 60,000 HP, very little defense. He's slow. He has accuracy to land the stuns, so that's good. And I guess he's crit capped for whatever that's worth. I guess that's actually helpful because he does a shield based on his damage he does. So I wasn't getting much shields in this one, but in Spiders it's helpful. So no relic. He is fully booked. He has a 1-star emergency heal blessing, and he has all the scrolls and only 3 masteries. So he could definitely be better built. So Mad Hatter. He has all his scrolls, and I purposely didn't put them on there just to see if I could do it without masteries to show you that. And then he has fully booked. He has a 5-star blessing, which I didn't even apply. So there you go. He doesn't need to be awakened, and he doesn't need a relic. He is in mixed sets of speed, perception, and feral, and he has some HP and defense. Those would have been higher with the 5-star blessing. 403 accuracy, which was plenty, and 312 speed. So I put actually Mad Hatter and Theodore in my fastest accuracy speed lead builds. I stole them from my arena champs. And then George was an arena damage build. So that was the team. I'm really happy to get one more faction down. I didn't check to see if I get any extra benefits. No, I don't get any rewards. So we'll get the 500,000 silver next time. But that puts me at 884. 94% of the way to Lydia, and I have 3 factions left. So we have to knock off Shadowkin, which I might still do tonight, and then it would be I just gotta wait for Orcs to come back around, and I can knock that one off. That's just one of the lower stages actually. And then Skinwalker's got one more, which I don't know what I'm ready for, and then Demon Spawn 18. So wait to go on Demon Spawn, but we're close to Lydia. Hope you enjoyed it. Please come back, and hope you have a great day.